2. Woo-hoo. At least I hope we are. You never know. That's that's the thing. When it's a pre-recorded video, you get the start and the stop exact, and you can put in whatever effects you want and all that kind of stuff, and you just upload it and it's going to start where you started. But when you're doing a live, oh gosh, hold on, I got my thing going here. Forgot to hit mute
Oops.
on the other browser where I've got the chat open. But yeah, it's like you do the lives and it says you're going live, you're live, but I don't know how accurate that is.
Right.
Yeah. So welcome everybody to the Psychic Cafe. We had to move to Thursday. A lot of things happening yesterday, doctor visits, and I volunteered at the Legion Post and did a bunch of work there and stuff. And it was like, oh my God, don't got the energy to do the show.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure
Right.
about today. It's been busy.
Yeah. Yeah, it really has. I've been out running around all day.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Good. For the most part, I'm doing good. I spent the whole day with my 18-year-old granddaughter.
Hmm.
She's my mini me. And we had a great day. Yeah.
Oh, I did the boring stuff. Laundry, dishes, trash. Trash had to go out because they picked it up today. And luckily I cleaned up the yard and did the weeding and trimming bushes and everything a few days ago. So I've recovered physically finally from that because not getting any younger, right? Um,
I know that.
I had to do the email blast of the newsletter and calendar for May for my Legion post and get it up on the website because I built the website and maintain it. Um, and doing my studies and research, NLP, hypnosis, life coaching, and did I mention laundry?
That is a never-ending story.
Oh my God. Well, this time I got smart. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the whites and the towels today. That was yesterday. And I'm going to do the darks tomorrow, which I did today, because it's
There
like,
you go. Yep.
I got to break it up. It's like, oh my God, way too much folding and you do 3 or 4 loads and it's like, oh my God. So
Hmm.
yeah, I did one load a day. That's it. That's it. So it's pretty quiet. I know we moved to Thursday, so that might have confused people, but I did put promotions out everywhere
Mm. Yes, you did.
and changed everything on the website and such. So, by the way, you can come join the website. There's the link, www.psychic.cafe, and just click register on there and it's free. You can
Hmm.
join. It's like joining Facebook. I'll put it in the chat for everybody else. Not a lot of people in the chat right now. Just us fools. Me and Michelle and Dan. Where's
Yeah,
our
that's okay.
where's our regulars? Well, maybe they'll
I
come.
know.
Maybe they'll come a little later. But hey, I'm down with just doing a short show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video, subscribe, and we're getting up there with the subscribers and the watch hours and all that stuff. So it's
We are.
really cool. We still have to hit 1,000 to get monetized. And actually, if I go over there, I'm not even really sure, Michelle, where we're at right now because I haven't checked in a really long time.
Yeah, let's
Um,
see. We have 719 subscribers.
yeah, it's doing weird things. It's like putting me on like the wrong studio. Okay, now it gave me the correct studio. See, go into the monetization, and we do have super chats. you can send a super chat down there in the link. If you're watching us live and somehow you're not on YouTube, the page with the live chat, all you have to do is go to psychic.cafe/live like that. You just open a new tab in your browser. You don't even need the www. Just type in psychic, a dot, cafe, a slash, and live. It'll take you right in here, and you can join us in the chat room and
Mm-hmm.
get things going here. But if you are in the chat room where you type in the chat, there's a little $sign there. You can send us a super chat. You can also send us, of course, a cup of coffee. So I'm going to put that in the chat, psychic.cafe/coffee. But I'm looking at our monetization, and let's see, we have 719 subscribers. We hit the 500, but we're trying to hit 1,000, and we're a little short of the 4,000 watch hours too. I don't know how, because we
Yeah.
do all these lives and people are watching. I don't know if it just doesn't count.
No,
But
the lives are supposed to count, so I'm not
I
quite
don't
sure.
I don't get it, because we've been stuck around 2,360 public watch hours for a while, and we need to get to 4,000 for full monetization, and we need another, what, 281 subscribers to hit 1,000 subscribers. So
Yep.
that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Dan says Michelle is vertically challenged.
Well, yeah, but that's beside
Ah.
the point.
So, if this ends up being a super quick show, I'm totally not against that. Man, it's been hitting the 80s. It's starting to get overcast out, thank God. But oh my God, we're already in
That's
the 80s. So summer, I looked it up today just to see, and it said June 20th, and I'm like, no, no,
yep.
I don't count that as the beginning of summer, because first of all, my birthday is June 16th. And I was already out of school for summer before my birthday every year. So it was,
Right? They've changed everything.
early June, late May, by the time you hit June, it's summer. But here in Arizona, towards the end of April, it's summer. Yes, we are doing uh, we are doing the rocking those 80 degrees and everything. In the meantime, I'll just do the card of the day. So
Yeah.
I did the Llewellyn deck this time. I got the Six of Cups, my favorite, one of my favorites. Love it, love it, love it. So the Six of Cups offers an encouraging message of reconnection and embracing the joy of the past. It suggests a positive time for nostalgia, revisiting old friendships, and reconnecting with your inner child, emphasizing creativity, playfulness, and a sense of innocence. So for some of you out there, I mean, is somebody from your past going to return or recently has popped back in your life? Another suggestion here is reconnecting with old passions. So especially if you're stuck or something, right? You're like, oh, I don't know what I want to do for my next project, or I want to start a business, but I don't know where to start. I always tell my clients, hey, travel back in your mind to when you were 6, 7, 8 years old. What made your eyes light up? And I bet it's still valid today. And then all you have to do is look at whatever that genre is and say, what can I teach people about that? Or is is there big problems or issues that folks have around that, and then create a solution? Now you're creating value for people. So that's another thing I think of when the Six of Cups, the nostalgia card, comes up.
Hmm. And it's really interesting because back in the studio, I was shuffling my deck,
Mm-hmm.
and Dax got up to walk away, and out of my deck popped up the Five of Cups. So here's what I have for this card. This is
Oh.
don't leave things behind. Don't give up on yourself.
Hmm.
Don't don't drag your emotions around. Don't give up on yourself. You want to move forward. You want to have that Six of Cups experience, but you got to let go of the difficulties that you're carrying around, that emotional baggage that is tying you down. So if you take
Hmm.
this step first, you're going to be able to jump into having that successful six come at you.
Right, right. That that's interesting. That's a perfect adjunct to getting the Six
Ooh,
of Cups.
yeah.
Oh boy. So what else is going on with the cafe? You can join the cafe free. We do have a membership, and right now we have a spring sale going on. It's normally $78 a year to join the guild, and that's only like the cost of a latte a month. And then we have certification, professional certification that runs $138 a level. And then we have my course, Tarot by the Numbers, is $299. Um, we're throwing it all in the kitchen sink, and 49 bucks gets you started. Yeah. Go over to psychic.cafe/spring. I'll pop that in the chat here. Spring. There we go. Psychic.cafe/spring. So it's four payments of $49. And also, the first folks that sign up for this, you're getting lifetime membership. So you're not gonna have to pay $78 next year. Normally we do these sales and you're getting your first year of membership, the course, professional certification, all included. But then next year it's $78 unless you hit one of our sales. And then the year after, $78. And I calculate that over 20 years of being a member, Michelle. And you're saving like $2,400 in membership alone.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So $49 you pay today. Next month you'll be charged 49 sorry, $49 you're charged today. Next month you'll be charged 49, and then two more monthly payments of 49. You're done. You're done. So
And
that it's such a great deal.
you
And
know, it really is, because I'm gonna go back over here real quick. Wait. it There we go. It really is, because you get so much more out of it than just, the courses and the certificates and this and that and the other thing. You can make friendships. Like, I have lifelong friendships that are
mhm.
family through here. I've been a StarCon presenter. I never ever dreamed I could do something like that. Okay, I dreamt it, but I never thought it would happen, and it did. And so there's so much more to joining the Psychic Cafe than just, a
Yeah.
course. It's really amazing.
And even if you don't want to study tarot and numerology, you have no plans of going pro or getting certified, you can still join. And there's lots of great benefits, like taking our workshops and classes. But also, you can go to the private guild members group. Here's the link: psychic.cafe/guild members. And right there at the top, there are Zoom links for most of our shows. You can join us up here on Zoom, and
Hmm.
you can ask your questions, live with Michelle and I or whoever the hosts are that day. And we'll take your questions first. You can ask anything about the guild, about the cafe, setting up your business if you're going to do that, learning tarot, numerology, general questions about all the topics that we cover on the shows. And of course, you can get a reading as well. And we'll spend more time with you, and we will take yours first as a member. Just like we said, you can buy us a cup of coffee and we'll take your question first, or a super chat. If you're a member, it's even better. You get to join us here on the Zooms. If you don't want to turn your camera on, that's fine. You can just go audio. And there's the link. Let me put it in the chat for everybody. If you're a member, go to psychic.cafe/guild members and you'll see the Zoom links. Also, if you're a student of our course, even if you're not a member, but you're a student, on the course group at the top are the same links. And you can join us on Zoom and ask questions about the course and so forth, like that. So there's a lot of other benefits besides, if you're not going professional, it's worth it to join the guild and join Psychic Cafe. Yep. So that's the sale we have going right now for spring. I don't know how long it's going to last. So jump on that. And then lifetime membership's going away again. So, and Angela's here. Hey, Angela, thanks for popping in. Angela, if you have a question, put your specific question in the chat or ask for a message from the universe. We'll just pull cards for you. So while we're waiting for that, Michelle, let's tell them what's coming up this Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah, in 2 days, Michelle's Mystic Corner, Crown Chair Saturday. Bring your deck. Tell them about that.
So, Crown Share Saturday. We are going to put up the link and you can join on video
Mm-hmm.
if you are a member of the cafe. And bring your deck. If you're not a member, you can still bring your deck and join in the chat, and I will
Yeah,
pull a card of the day. And then anybody that has questions, we everybody can pull a card, add it to the card of the day, and we will all answer everybody's questions.
I
So
think
it's
that
going to
is,
be fun.
it's just so cool. It was a great idea. And it's yet another time when you get to be on Zoom if you're a member. And
Absolutely.
that link is already on the guild members group, the private group for members. And we put the link in the chat there for you, psychic.cafe/guild members. You can grab that link for this Saturday. Yeah.
hmm
And then what
And
else do
if you
we?
have a crown, wear a crown.
Yeah. And then what else do we have going on? That Sunday, this coming Sunday. So Michelle shows the 26th. It's the 27th. We're going to have Pamela Steele's going to be joining us. Me and Michelle. Hopefully Charlotte can make it. She was supposed to be here today, but I don't know what happened. Uh,
Yeah.
didn't hear from her all day. Maybe she's just super busy or something. We're going to be doing a show on learning to visualize especially for people like that have aphantasia and have trouble like seeing images because being able to see images is, most people do, the vast majority. It's only a small percentage of people. Um, but there are ways, there are tips and tricks,
And there are, because I have it, and unfortunately,
and we're going to give you some really cool stuff to play with, Michelle. And
yay.
also, we've seen success with using hypnosis and NLP for it. Of course, a lot of the NLP techniques, you're doing visualization, but people think you have to get this perfect picture. I got to tell you,
Mm-mm.
I do not get perfect pictures in my mind's eye,
Nope.
and so I'm one of those people that I get images, I can imagine things. And that's a better term to use, imagine this or imagine that. We'll talk all about it this Sunday, get input from Michelle and Pamela and Charlotte. Um, it's really powerful if you are going to, well, for a number of reasons. If you think about it, Michelle, like one thing is I mentioned the NLP techniques, and
Mm-hmm.
visualizations used in hypnosis, but also in attracting things, the steps
Hmm.
of the law of attraction. And then, in addition to that, when you're reading cards and such, although you don't absolutely need it, it benefits you greatly to be able to visualize the card and have various pictures pop in your head as you're
Hmm.
looking at the cards, because that will give you
Yep.
information for the reading. Yeah.
And I have to do, I don't have to, I do certain meditations and sitting in the powers and
Mm-hmm.
that don't always involve the visualization. And when it does, I still do it. And I just go off of memory versus imagination because,
Right, right. And
yep.
actually, when you're syncing with memory, you're visualizing anyway, and
Yeah.
you may not be getting crystal clear, 4K color images. Yeah.
But
And
it
so,
works. So, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And it's best to start out simple. Like the first thing I do is I tell them, okay, imagine an apple, and ask them, what kind of apple is it? What color is it? Is there a stem? Does the stem have leaves on it? And you just have them imagine versus, I have to visualize this thing.
Right.
And most people find out, wow, I can kind of get a picture. I'm seeing a Granny Smith, or I'm seeing a red apple, and it's got a little stalk there, but there's no leaves. And, and it's medium size, or it's large, or whatever.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
that's going to be fun. Drops of Jupiter just came in. Hi, Drops.
Hi,
if,
Drops.
if
Oh,
you
hi,
want.
Angela. I did not say hi to her.
Yeah, if anybody in the chat or watching live wants us to pull cards for you, just go ahead and let us know in the chat. And if you have a very specific question, just type in the specific question. We'll pull some cards. And otherwise, we're going to have a really short show here. Yeah, yeah. So what else? Okay, again, you can grab us a cup of coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee. You can also join us as a host here on the network. I talk all about it on that page right there, psychic.cafe/host. I'm going to put that in the chat too. Host. And it's there we go. And you can get your feet wet doing what Michelle and I are doing right now as a co-host, and then later on, like Michelle has her own custom show. That's the show this coming Saturday. Actually, it's every Saturday except the first Saturday because we have
Yeah.
meeting. Um, every Saturday now, Michelle's Mystic Corner, and you can get your own custom show. But if you just want to get your feet wet first, maybe you've always wanted to be a podcaster, have a YouTube show, what have you, but there's this steep learning curve. Well, we've been doing it for over 15 years. In fact, in January it'll be 16 years, so we've been doing it 15 and a half years almost. Yeah, so you can join us as a host. And just wanted to mention, we are still celebrating 20 years of the Tarot Guild. Can you believe it? And the actual anniversary is Halloween. And so it was this past in 2024, October 31st, 2004 to 2024, 20 years. And now we're coming up on 20 and a half years. But all this year, we are celebrating 20 years of the Tarot Guild, and you can join us. Grab that spring sale. Maria's in there. Hi, Maria. Maria's
Hi,
back.
Maria.
Yeah, we're doing a Thursday, and I kind of like the Thursdays. Maybe we shouldn't do Wednesday. Maybe we should be doing Thursday.
Right. Well,
We'll have to get with Charlotte and see what works for her too. What about you?
I think that might work. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So I just thought I'd pull some cards for a spread for the day
Oh,
or
great, great.
read for the day.
Oh, wait, one thing before you do that, uh, mentioning the Thursdays is like the last few when we've tried to do shows on Wednesdays, it hasn't happened.
I think Thursdays might work
So
out better.
maybe we just need to do it. Paris just came in.
Hi,
Can
Paris.
I have a reading? Yay. So go
Yeah.
ahead, Michelle. Tell us what you got in the cards. We'll do a reading.
So this is
Oh,
a, yeah,
I mean
a
for Paris.
general read.
Mm.
Okay, here's what I got. I'm just tripping over this. This is funny. Okay, I got the high priestess. Okay. However, we've got the young child in there. So somebody, as a collective, we've been learning how to be in the position we need to be in spiritually. The next card I got is the Page of Wands. And so now we're growing up a little bit and see the child's aged. And now we've taken some action, okay, and really learned a little bit more of what we need to learn. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Now we have grown up a little bit more. We're here in this spiritual stage where we are being told by the universe, you have done your growing up. You are done being in the learning stage. It is time to become a knight. So, for all of us in the collective here, we need to stop learning and start taking action now. So, whatever it is that you have been studying, practicing, it is time to start manifesting that and moving forward. And that's what I'm seeing with these three individuals.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah, I just thought that was really cool.
So Paris said, "Can I have a reading, please?" And I said in the chat while you were doing that reading, "Hey Paris, welcome. Do you have a specific question or do you want a general?" So let us know if you just want us to pull a few cards, or if you have a specific question, go ahead and put it in. But either way, Paris, let us know, which you want us to do. Christine just came. Hey, Christine. Just
Hey,
happened to catch you
Christine.
online. Yeah. We are here on a Thursday. Yeah. Maria wants to know how many kids do you see me having? Just curious. Sometimes it's two. Once Dax got six. I think two is more likely. Well, Maria, have as many as you want. I mean, honestly, that's my answer. I mean, Drops of Jupiter says I would appreciate a message from the universe. Okay, so we know Drops wants a general. Paris, you still haven't told us. If she doesn't tell us, we'll just pull a card, I guess. Oh, here we go. Paris is first. So I want to know about my love life. When am I going to get married and with whom? So I'll pull cards for Maria's and you pull cards for Paris and you go first.
Okay, so I want to know about my love life. When am I going to get married and to whom? So we have the Two of Wands, I have the Page of Wands, and I have the Seven of Wands. So there is some action happening right now because Wands is fire, Wands is passion, Wands is all about let's go right now. However, we've still got this Page of Wands. So whoever it is, this guy is still learning his place in the world, okay? And he's searching, and to confirm that, we have the Seven of Wands. So he's really still searching, and what you need to do is just be on the guard for who it is that might be coming around you. um the one thing I notice is that I have the Two of Wands. So with that, compared with the Seven of Wands, because I'm not going to take the page on this, okay? That is a nine. Okay, seven, eight, nine. I had to make sure my math was right. Nine. So you're looking at a couple of weeks, maybe, nine, that's between 1 and 2 weeks. So be on the lookout for someone that is just very sure he wants something and he wants a relationship, but he's searching.
Mm.
So that's what I'm seeing.
Hmm. Okay. And then Christine has a question. You can start pulling cards for this, Michelle, while I'm doing Maria. I have a question. What does Spirit want me to know? So, what's in her best interest? What does she need to know right now? And for Maria's question, which also it's actually multiple questions here, but basically, how many kids, how many years do you uh, see me having that? I guess I imagine when that's more of a when kind of thing. Um, and it's really interesting what I got. First of all, I got the Hanged Man. So this is not going to happen right away. There's a delay. However, you can speed it up. And when I get to the timing question, we'll talk about that. But you need to be looking at this kind of outside the box. This is one of those outside of the box cards, Maria. And then the very next card, you're going to love this, Michelle. The King of Pentacles. Okay, so you're talking about having kids, you have to have the guy. Okay, so there's this guy coming in and he's doing obviously really well with money, okay? So this guy comes in and this can happen really quickly. I got the 7 of Pentacles. I don't think that's saying 7 years from now. I think it's more like 7 months. In other words, the ball could get rolling in the next 7 months. So that would take us into like the beginning of 2026. And by the way, that's a 1 year. So that's a great year to, meet the new guy and start a family, right? As far as the number, uh, remember I got 6 before. Look, 5 of Swords. I'm getting I'm getting 5 now. So it went
Yep.
it went down one, but it's still more of a brood than just, a boy and a girl,
Yeah.
or
Yep.
two girls or two boys. So that's what I got for you, Maria. Michelle, what'd you get for Christine?
Okay, so for Christine, I got the Lovers card. However, with that, the angel from the Judgment card is there. So I feel like someone you love or you are doing judgment on yourself, and you need to really reflect on why are you judging yourself. Are you comparing yourself to something? Are you comparing yourself to someone else? Because I also have the Four of Pentacles. However, on this card, he is holding that pentacle under his foot. So, are you hiding a secret and therefore judging yourself for it? And it's okay to hide secrets until you are ready to let it out. What you need to do is really take the time to think about what it is you need to come clean with and who you need to come clean with. It's probably your own self. Sometimes we like to pretend to hide things from ourselves. I know I've done it. And therefore, we need to pull that out from underneath us and come clean and just start loving on yourself and stop judging yourself and being so harsh.
Ooh, I'm belching here. Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good one. Paris was asking if the questions are limited, and Dan said, yes, one per person, please. And that's how we do it, unless you get a super chat or you become a member and you can join us up here on the actual Zoom for the
Mhm.
show. Be up here, with audio only or camera and audio. or grab us a super chat. Yeah. So that's how you can do more than one question. You buy us a cup of coffee or get a super chat or become a member. And that's how you do it. Yeah. Psychic.cafe/coffee if you enjoy our shows and just want to send us a cup of coffee. We've had some great shows. Uh,
Hmm.
did everybody get the number energies PDF handout from last Sunday? I'll put it in the chat here for everybody so you guys can grab that if you want to check it out. Um,
Yeah, that was really good. That was a really good
that was
show. We
fun.
learned a lot.
Yeah. What's Christine saying? I'm not hiding any secrets. I've been letting go of self-criticism. Looking forward to going back to marital. Oh,
Oh, martial
martial
arts. That's
art. Oh,
right. Yes.
yeah, I remember the martial arts. Yeah. I love martial arts too, so that's really cool. Maria says, thank you, Dax and Mrs. Michelle or Ms. Michelle or something like that. Um, we did hear back from where was that? Maria had said that people keep telling me two kids, a boy and a
Two
girl.
kids. Yeah.
But that's so basic. It's like anybody can guess that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like typical, two and a half kids, two and one and a half dogs,
Right.
Yep. But every time
I
I
mean,
I, I pull a card to get a number, it's either a 5 or a 6 for Maria.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
And Christine says she has a she feels a deep internal shift.
yep.
And that will happen. That could be where the judgment is coming from. When I pull out that judgment card, I actually like to refer to it more of a, you're not always judging yourself. Sometimes it's more of having an aha moment instead of a oh no moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that helps any.
Yep. I'm just putting some stuff in the chat here. Let us know if you have any more questions.
Oh, early childhood education. Oh, I think that'll be awesome if you teach martial arts to young children. My
Ah,
my son and my daughter, they were in taekwondo for years and they loved it. So I think that's such a benefit to kids.
it is. It really is. Oh, what is Dan saying? Do you split the dog long ways or short? Well, if I'm frying hot dogs, I cut it down the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had let the certificate expire when my son was diagnosed with autism, Christine said. Okay. Now he's 16.
Good.
Doing well. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She's 28 and she has her disabilities, but whew, that girl runs me ragged. I was just telling Dan today, my Caitlin would make a silent monk scream.
Mm. Yeah, with Dan, I don't know if it's autism or he's just regressive or what it is. Right, Dan?
Uh,
You one and a half dogs. I have no idea what he's talking about in there.
I don't know.
Oh boy. But it's going to be a fun weekend. We're going to have Michelle's Mystic Corner and pop that back up again. Crown Chair Saturday.
Yay.
And then learning to visualize on Sunday. Both same bat time, same bat channel. 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And it's psychic.cafe/live. Always takes you to the next live. So right after this show, I'll go in and I'll swap out today's show for Saturdays. And so on Saturday, you type in psychic.cafe/live, boom, it'll take you right over to the show. Join us at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Same on Sunday. We'll see who shows up. It's kind of a
Yeah.
potluck. We don't know who's all going to show up, but I'm pretty sure Pamela's going to be there. Not so
Awesome.
sure. Not so sure about Charlotte. You're going to be there, though. I know,
I'll
Michelle.
be there.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So we are going to end early because
Yeah.
we answered all the questions, chatted about some fun stuff. Um, Look for scheduling changes going forward. Got to talk to Charlotte, but I think we're going to be moving to Thursdays.
I think so.
Yeah. It's also really good because I can, schedule things. Like we have a show on Thursday and then Friday's off. And then we have shows on Saturdays and Sundays. And then we'll have 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right in a row, all off where we,
Yeah.
get all of our regular stuff done. And, I'm in the middle of my studying and all, and don't have to, stop for Wednesday and then start up again and then stop for the weekend. Have more time. Yep. Um, I'd almost say do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. But maybe we'll experiment with different days,
Yeah.
see what happens. I'll see what, I'll talk to you off air and Charlotte and, see what everybody prefers. Boy, I would love to get Ellie on a show.
Yes.
We should send we should send her the link for tomorrow's show and I'm sorry, for Saturday's show and Sundays and try to get her to come on the Zoom.
I'd really like that. I sure miss that girl.
Yep. Really, really missing her. Yeah. Yeah. But thanks for everybody that did show up.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yep. And y'all have a great rest of your week and we'll see you on Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep. 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 Bye, everybody.
Bye.
There we go. That was